Alright, it's currently the next evening and a little bit of an update. Over lunch I went and picked up some floor tiles and I've already got the adhesive grout stuff, as well as the tile spacers, these things, and the trowel. I also picked up a sink waste drain thing, which I will install in the corner by the door. It was only like £6, so I figured why not. Not that there's going to be much water, but just for cleaning purposes I think it will be good. So yeah, I'm going to lay out, well, I'm going to put out these tiles now, so I haven't stuck these down yet, but they will be. I might get half of it done tonight depending on how much light I've got, and then the other half tomorrow. So yeah, let's crack on. I mean, it's not really going to win any awards, but it's my first time ever tiling, so take this as a win. However, I did forget to pick up the tile cutter. So the last row I have to hold off until maybe next week to finish that. And I'll also leave a space for where the drain's going. I'll leave a tile space and then I'll drill out the hole and then cut the tile when I get the tile cutter. But at least this is a start, and then I can quite quickly start framing out where the benches are going to go before getting the insulation, putting it into the walls and preparing it for the inner panelling that I'm going to buy from the local sauna. Right, we are done. Took about an hour or so to get that section done. As you can see down the sides, I need to cut the tiles into shape for that. And then the drain, I think we're going to pop bottom right corner or somewhere around here. But I think that'll do for tonight. The sun is down, not much light left, so I'll tidy up and we'll come back to this tomorrow morning. Right, we are back. It's been about a week and a half since I've been able to do anything on the sauna. I've been away kind of on and off every few days, away this weekend for some training, and it's Sunday afternoon and we're back home, and now I've got a couple of days here, going away again, and then I'll be back to give it a good solid week of trying to finish this up. We've had a bit of rain overnight and the tarpaulin did tear, so I've got a bit of a soggy water issue in here. However, to fix that, I was going to put a drain in anyway, kind of once I've nearly finished tiling. However, I'm going to put that in now just to help clear out a bit of this water before finishing up the tiling. Down that edge and down that edge you can see the colour difference. The water's just drying out a little bit. So the plan is now just drill a hole through the floor, get a bit of this water out, let it dry a few more minutes, and then we should finish the tiling, I think. Leave the square where the drain's going to go and put the drain in. Right, we've got ourselves a nice hole. Now time to brush this water and rubbish down it. Right, it's getting pretty warm now, just randomly this afternoon. It took me about 20 minutes to do the hole and to just kind of towel dry the concrete floor leveler. I'm going to utilise the warmth we've got now to let this dry a little bit more before I start tiling it. I'm going to use that time to measure up the tiles and cut them into shape whilst it finishes drying. Then once it's dried enough, we will put the tiles down and then we will grout the floor, because once that's done then it will kind of like seal it off a little bit and I can actually clean it properly. So yeah, let's get these tiles measured and cut. Right, the tile scribe cutter thing was just not working. The tiles are way too thick, so I popped out and got myself a big manual tile cutter. Right, let's see if we can get this done. Right, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Finish the right hand side of the tiles. It's looking alright. I think once I've got the grout in and then cleaned it all off, it will look lovely. Going to go do some painting inside the house. Then I'm away for a couple of days, but I'll be back to finish the tiling. And then I think we'll probably start the roof to at least waterproof it properly, as it's letting some water in. We've got a few days of sun over the next like 4 or 5 days, so good opportunity to do that while it's not raining. Right, that is done. It's not the prettiest job, but it'll do. A lot of the sections there and there are going to be covered by benches and the stove anyway, so fuck it, that'll do. A little bit of a gap there, but nothing grout won't fix. Right, all done. Time to clean this up and then get grouting. Tiling is complete. Not too bad. Interestingly, the grout being darker has highlighted where some of the actual adhesive I've got left stuck on the tiles, so it's going to be a bit of a cleaning job to get that off, but that's right. The waste hole is looking pretty good actually, nice and clean. I'll show you the drain in a second. Yeah, so for the drain I've gone for just a kitchen sink waste thing, including the waste trap as well. I'm going to have a actual piping coming away. It looks quite good. Sorry, it's a bit windy. It looks quite good when it's all fixed in. I'm going to silicone up the inside, the wood that's kind of just showing a little bit, and just the grouting there as well. Lay that in, silicone it up, and then underneath pop that in, screw the other side of it in place. It keeps it fixed in. There you go. Not too bad. Yeah, so I'll fix that in and then silicone up around the edges so that no water can get through. And then we are off to the races. Right, good news. As you just saw, we've had the insulation delivered, at least some of it, and foil vapor barrier, 50 meters of it, which is going on the inside to both help waterproof things and as a reflective piece of insulation on the inside of the sauna. So things should now start moving a little bit quicker. As you might be able to hear, it started raining a little bit. I think the next thing for me to do is to fully waterproof the sauna and sort out the roof, as getting a little bit of water come through some of the holes in the tarpaulin. And before I do any insulation work, I want everything waterproofed up. As you saw in the last either video or clip, I don't know if I'm going to make this into a new episode or not, the tiling is now complete. It's all dry. I've got the drain temporarily in place. I'm going to silicone it up pretty soon. Priority is getting this roof sorted. So I think plan with the roof, obviously it's just one big open square at the moment. I want to get some rafters going across, and then on top of that we'll have the blue vapor plastic waterproof membrane thing over the top of that, and then some of the OSB board on top of that. It doesn't actually need to be sealed 100% with the board, because I'm going to actually have a roof on top of that as well, which I've ordered. It's coming today or tomorrow, and it's corrugated metal sheeting, actually just off Amazon. It's 60 quid for I think 12 sheets of it. Yeah, 60 quid for 12 sheets. Yeah, I bought 2 sets of them, which should cover the roof. If it doesn't, I'll just buy another set and add it on. I think that should look pretty good. For the insulation, I've got rock wool insulation, which at least this is enough to cover all the walls. I don't know if it's going to be enough to put in the ceiling as well. If it's not, I've got some foam board insulation up in the attic, which I could use, or just buy another set of the rock wool insulation slabs. I don't think I've actually shown you guys yet the plan for the inside. So I'm currently standing in the doorway in the square. On the left-hand side, we're having the stove, wood-fired stove. It's going to be surrounded with the sauna stones, and up the chimney, the sauna stones, and with the vent escape out that way, the chimney. Window here, and then there's going to be a single tier of seating below the window, just in case we have more guests over. On this back wall, a lower level tier of seating and a higher level tier of seating, joined on to a higher level tier of seating here and a lower level tier of seating there. So it should be pretty big. We could probably fit about 8 people in this sauna at least when it's done. Might need to be a big stove to get this heated. So yeah, plan now, measure up where the cross beams are going to go. I want them to sit exactly perfect for the OSB board to rest on and to screw into. I don't want to have to mess around with cutting extra bits of OSB board. Doesn't matter, as I mentioned, if it's not 100% sealed around the top of the OSB board. It's just to give a bit of structural strength, really, and a little bit of extra bit of insulation. Right, 3 roof beams are done, as you can see there, running up across. They are non-load bearing, so I think all I need is those 3. It's just to rest the OSB board on. There's nothing going to be on top of the OSB board, as the roof itself is going to have its own little supports around the outside. So yeah, that's what I need to do for this. So next step is to take off this ripped tarpaulin while it's not raining, and start with the vapor waterproof membrane thing, and quickly get that secured on. Right, you can see everything much better now there's light. Perfect. Roof beams are up. Let's get the waterproof membrane overlaid on top, and then the OSB board on top of that.
Oh man, yeah.
Success! The waterproof membrane is now on the roof, as you can see here, nicely stapled in. That should seal fully the inside of the sauna now, so we have to get the insulation in. Next up, let's get these OSB boards laid on the roof and screwed in. OSB secured on the roof, just secured at the corners. Don't want to start drilling into the vapor barrier in the middle. That'll do.